how you feel at this point in the year this year compared to last year? Just how much you've grown, different role with the team, all that.
Yeah, definitely a different role. Super excited. The off season was super important. Really working on my perimeter game, so that's what I'm planning to come out this year and improve on and kind of show a different type of play to my game.
Coach said you've improved the most in your confidence. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
What are on the perimeter maybe? Is it just everything, or are there certain aspects, shooting, dribbling, distributing? Like what kind of areas in particular you kind of focus on?
Definitely perimeter shooting, and then also ball handling, coming off screens, handoffs, and then also on the defensive end, guarding the perimeter and stuff like that.
Did you play much on the perimeter like in high school, or is this kind of a new?
A little bit, but this is definitely newer. It was more in like my freshman, sophomore year of high school.
Maybe why now? Like why is this the time? Is it something you and coach talked about doing, or was this something you wanted to do, or kind of it's a bit of a change?
A little bit of both. I love playing out there, and I've always wanted to, and it was just kind of this off season that I had to really lock in and focus on, making that jump to be able to play out there in the Pac-12. So that's what I did, and I'm really excited to see how it goes.
So how did that change your off season? What did workouts look for you? Are you doing a lot of stuff on your own, or are you working with different teammates to work on different elements of your game?
We'll work a lot with the coaches, but just a lot of shooting, a lot of reps, a lot of coming off ball screens. I'd work with, Kennedy Basham or Filipina, and they'd set a screen. I'd come off, find them on the roll, just different types of stuff on the perimeter.
Did you have a set number of shots you wanted to make every day?
Not a set number of shots, but I get close to like probably 500 shots up or makes.
A lot of new faces on this team. What's the biggest change? How do you feel like everybody's coming together, I guess, from a chemistry perspective?
I think it's coming great. I think the summer really helped. The foreign tour helped a lot. We bonded really well over there, and then we got to have those couple of games, so we saw what we had to work with and knew where everybody wants the ball, know everybody's what they like and what they don't like. So I think the foreign tour is really important. But yeah, we're definitely coming together. It's going to take a couple of games, obviously, to get the chemistry down, but I think we're in a good spot.
What was it like going overseas? I know you'd done a little bit of that. You probably had teammates who hadn't, but what was it like experience just away from basketball?
I mean, it was crazy. The different cultures are it's really crazy to see. London was a shock, but Greece was even bigger of a shock. It's just, the food is different. People are different. And it's just, I don't know. It's almost like you don't have words for it until you really experience it for yourself.
At what point in the offseason did you feel back to 100%?
I would say probably end of May going into June is when I really started going hard at it. And then I had the USA, and I started feeling really well after that.
Just going to the perimeter more, staying out of the paint. Well, not going to be completely out, but limiting the amount of time you're in the paint. Is that also a little bit to help avoid some of the ankle issues that were part of last season?
Yeah, I think so. I think staying out of the paint, you're in there, you're jumping up for rebounds, and you're going against some bigger players, physical players. So it probably does have an impact. So, hopefully we'll see. We'll stay away from that.
It's kind of a strange question, but have you done anything to work on protecting your ankles more in terms of body? I don't know what you would do, but have you done things that kind of mindfully this offseason in that regard?
Yeah, I go in for rehab treatment, just do activities to strengthen those ligaments in my ankles, weight training, flexibility, all that type of stuff.
Even though it's just your sophomore year, obviously Coach talked about, you, Philly, and Chance being basically the mainstays from a season ago. How have you seen yourself take on that leadership role?
I kind of seen it as, no other choice. Somebody's got to do it, and I think that's where, Chance and I are really well. We kind of work off of each other. We know each other. So definitely still working on the vocal part of leading, but, it's been great. No problem so far.
You mentioned, obviously, it's going to take some time for that gelling to work on the court. What are some of the challenges that you guys feel like you're running into already?
I would say communication is probably our number one. I think especially on the defensive end, that's where we really need to get better. So you saw us do a lot of defense today, and we're just going to keep going at it, working on it until it gets better.
Philly's talked about you guys are probably going to be a little bit more deliberate, a little bit slower offensively this year. Where do you see the team has bought into that so far, and just is that a bit of a challenge in and of itself that you guys were recruited and thought Oregon was probably scoring 90 to 100 points? Probably not going to do that as much.
Right.
So where's, like I said, kind of the team buy-in to playing probably more in the 60s or 70s?
I think we understand, but then I think, that really means we have to hone in on the defensive end. So if we're only scoring 60, 70 points, obviously we have to keep our opponents lower than that. So I think that's kind of where our mentality is at, is just spying on the defensive end, fly around, get loose balls, everything like that.
Who are some of the newcomers that are already standing out in camp?
Peyton Scott is definitely one. She came in, works hard, she's a leader. She's got that fifth-year mentality. She has a lot of great things to bring to the table. And then Kenny Williams, another fifth year. It's just really easy to learn from them. They're really great vocal leaders. You have a question, they'll answer it. They know the answer and everything like that, and they just pick everything up super quick.
When you guys are trying to establish yourselves as leaders as younger players, and the vocal part is the part that's got to come, how valuable is it to have somebody like Peyton who's willing to come in and just immediately raise her voice and fill that void?
Oh, it's great, and it definitely takes some pressure off of us too. Just knowing that we have that fifth year leader and everything like that. So, she's just such a high IQ player. She knows everything, knows every spot and everything like that. So, if you have a question, we ask her.